back for another Be Creative with Miss Ria. And it's the month of July. I hope you all had a great 4th of July. And I'll bet you didn't know that July is National Ice Cream Month. So maybe you had some ice cream on the 4th of July, and maybe you have some in your freezer. And wouldn't it be fun if you could just make your own ice cream, and then you could decide what kind of flavor you want to put in it, how much you want to make, and it's a fun thing to do with your friends and family when you're coming over on a hot day, and it's super easy. So I am going to show to you how to make your own ice cream. Yes, and I just want to let you know that we have some great books, and this awesome picture book called Ice Cream Summer is so fun if you want to check that out. And of course, we love Piggy and Elephant, and the question is, should I share my ice cream? Would you share your ice cream? And Groovy Joe, who can forget that great dog, Groovy Joe, and he has ice cream. And the fun thing about this book is it's got a song about ice cream, so you might want to check that out. And if you're a grown-up and you still love ice cream, there's some books in the adult section, and I found this one called Ice Cream, the Perfect Weekend Treat. And there's one that I'm going to try. It's a lemon ice, and I'm going to try that. So have fun checking out these books, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So like I always do, I have the directions on how to do this. You'll find it on the website, and it gives you all the directions and everything that you need. Again, you can go along with me and see how it's done, and then get all your supplies, and then go back and watch it again. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to move my books, and I'm going to show you the things that you actually need. So the main ingredient is your half and half. So you need half and half. You need some rock salt, and it's ice cream salt. You can find that in the store, and it's a lot bigger than your table salt if you've never seen it. Looks like little gems. And then you need sugar, and I've got sugar in my little Seahawk bowl here, and some vanilla, and that's pretty much it. You need some ice that you're going to need when we get started. So but those are the ingredients that you need to buy. So you're going to need 3 cups of ice, and the other thing that you need is you need 2 baggies. You need one great big gallon size Ziploc bags work the best because you don't want it to leak out. And then again, something that's a nice closed, not a sandwich bag, but you need to have it zip closed sandwich bag. So that's what you need to get started. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to follow the recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is, and I'm going to show you that this will make it a lot easier for you when you're doing this, to actually take your baggie, and you're going to open it up and then just fold it over a little bit, and that kind of creates a little bowl. Can you see that? It just kind of creates this little bowl right here, and that makes it easier. It kind of stands up, and it's not so deep that you have to put anything in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put half of the ice that we have. So I've got some ice right here. And it calls for 3 cups of ice, but we're only going to put half of the ice. So you can measure out the ice. I'm going to just go ahead and pour my ice into this is my 2 cups. Oop, that's my 2 cups of ice. So I'm going to put, that's about half of the ice. So 2, and then I'll just have some more on when we get done. So you've got your half of your ice in here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle half of the rock salt that you're required to have. So the rock salt that you have, they're calling for a half a cup of the rock salt. Okay. So I have my half a cup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna scoop that out. And you can see I'm just gonna put half of this. So, okay. So what do you think the role is for the salt in putting it on the ice? So we'll have to figure that out, right? So that's what you got right there. So the next thing is, you have to be really careful that you're not gonna spill. I'm looking at my directions. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and take our next baggie, move that out of the way, take our next baggie and we're gonna open it up and do the same thing. We're gonna open it up and kind of fold it over like that. And then again, make like a little bowl and we're gonna set it right on top of this ice and rock salt right there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our ingredients that we need to make the ice cream. So what we need is 1.5 cups of the half and half. So I'm gonna go ahead, this is a half of a cup right here. So I'm being very careful right here. And again, you don't want it to go into the big baggie, you want it to go into the small baggie. So you kind of put your measuring cup and then just pour it in there like that. Okay, so there's one. Here I go with number 2. This is so fun. Half and half is just yummy to have in your coffee and it's just creamy. You might have to adjust your little baggie right there just to make sure that it doesn't tip over. So I'm doing good right now. I need one more of these. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay, so there is my half and half. I've got 1.5 cups of my half and half. So the next thing that it's asking for is a tablespoon of sugar, and I have my tablespoons, they're all connected together, and this is, the biggest one is a tablespoon. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm just gonna sprinkle that in there, okay? And then it's calling for 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. So I've made this before, and some people like a little bit stronger vanilla. So you can decide if 1/4 teaspoon is enough, and if it goes over, it's okay if it goes in there. So there it is. It's all kind of mixing around in there. It's so fun. And now what we're going to do is we're going to close this inner baggie, right, that has our half and half sugar and vanilla, and we're gonna roll it back up, and then we want to make sure that we actually seal it up really tight, so you can kind of use your fingernail on there and you can kind of get the air out of it if you can. I like to get the air out of it. I don't like to have it because we're going to be rolling it around and shaking it. So we're going to put it in there. I've got a little bit of air. I'm going to take that out. I just like it to not have too much air in it. Okay, so I've got that in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of fold that gently back in there, and then we're going to put the rest of our ice and the rest of our rock salt in. Okay, so here's the rest of our ice, and we're just going to pour that on top, right? And then we're going to pour that rock salt. Okay, so here we go, putting that all in. And now we're going to take our big baggie and we're going to close it up, pull it up here. Again, try and get the air out of it. So without the salt, the ice would not dip below 32 degrees, which isn't cold enough for making the ice cream. So that's why we have to have the rock salt in there. So here we go. I'm going to close that up, and then I'm going to zip that closed. Okay, so you've got this nice little pouch, and it's cold. And then you're going to use a towel, a kitchen towel. Look at, I have my fun flamingo towel right here. Any kitchen towel will work. And you take it, and what I do is I just lay my towel down, and then I just roll it up like this, and you got this big fat yummy, yummy ice cream in there. We're gonna keep rolling this up until you end up with your towel and you end up with two ends, and this is what you're just gonna twist it, and you can put a rubber band on it if it's easier for your hands. If you can't hold on to it really good, you could put a rubber band on each end of the towel, which would help you keep it closed. And so now what you're going to do is you're just gonna hold this, you're gonna twist this up, and then guess what you get to do? You get to go walking around and just start shaking it, and we're gonna shake this for 5 minutes, okay? So you could sing ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, and just keep shaking it, and you're gonna keep shaking it for 5 minutes, and you won't believe what comes out, okay? Okay, so it's been 5 minutes, and we've got it all shook up, so we're going to reveal the baggie of ice cream. Okay, so put it down, it's all shook up, and you can see, look at that. So it's kind of drippy, that ice is in there, and the water, and did you know that the freezing point of salt water is lower than regular water, and that's why it's so important to put in that rock salt. So you're gonna open this up, and look at this bag. It's just a big blob of yummy ice cream. Look at that. And it's so delicious. You are going to just sit outside, and all you have to do is grab a spoon and your friends. And if you wanted to, what's really fun is you can open this up and look at how delicious that looks. Vanilla ice cream. You could add strawberries or blueberries or even just some chocolate syrup, yum, or chocolate chips, anything that you would like. I know now that you've seen this, you're gonna wanna make some ice cream. Miss Rhea is going to taste it. I bet it's delicious. You see that yummy? Ice cream, yum. Who doesn't love ice cream on a nice warm day? So I hope you have fun trying this at home and making your own ice cream, and you will have a very delicious treat. So enjoy the day. I'll see you next time. Bye.